Yeah, Birmingham City Council declares effective bankruptcy, which is different from other kind of bankrupt. It's effective, it's not ineffective. Basically, what it means is that now they are only legally obliged to pay for the stuff that, like bins and the very basic services.
That's what makes it ineffective.
The stuff which they should have been focusing on all this time instead of whatever they've been wasting their money on, presumably.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily have sympathy in local councils wasting their money, but the reason for them going over is because they paid about $1 billion so far back of an equal pay settlement from about 10 years ago, and they've still got about another $760 million to settle.
Oh my goodness! So that was a load of people, women presumably, who were
mostly because it was the types of jobs that women tend to do.
But I mean, they would
very well.
Men
very
don't,
well.
Yeah, but what I mean is, men don't tend to sue for equal pay. The presumption is that the women weren't getting equal pay with the men, rather than the other way around. I mean, I'm not. This is what I'm not saying that they. But that's what it was, right?
And they weren't. They were. I don't believe they were getting the bonuses that men were getting.
Oh, OK.
That's part of it. I mean, this is the problem, obviously, with women in the workplace, and Birmingham is suffering accordingly.
It does make you wonder whether there isn't some kind of almost moral argument against historical settlements like that being able to just tip a city into a catastrophe like this. It doesn't seem to me...
I completely agree, because surely now there's going to be more suffering women in the city that need access to, I don't know, whatever the council does. I mean, when do you draw a line under it? I don't know.
I don't know, but people... I mean, it was 10 years ago. Those people arguably did... It was unfair.
It was, the court settled it, so I suppose it's not for us to... It just seems like a catastrophe. I don't know how they ever claw their way out of this.
Well, I think they declared that by now they can then save that money that they would be putting on these other things like libraries or whatever it is. It's terrible for the city. It's obviously Birmingham's, it's a huge city. And
it's not alone, right? We've seen but this is the largest. We've seen Woking and Slough, places of that sort of size. Yeah. This seems to be, I don't know if you call it an epidemic, but there's definitely, sometimes these things may be rambling on for some time until the news bothers to investigate them. I suppose they accumulate a certain mass and you start to recognise a pattern, but...
Definitely. God, but do you think, I mean, the things that they can still spend on, don't you think that's going to be really difficult to police within the council? Because if somebody comes to you with a good story, if you're the person writing the cheques, you'll still feel obliged to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not bankrupt. Like, if I were bankrupt, I'd be bankrupt, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know how they claw their way. I genuinely don't, because it's of such a vast sum. Unless Birmingham can start printing its own money, perhaps. Maybe that would be one way.
The city has arguably changed a lot over the last sort of 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it has become not as rubbish.
I haven't been there so much.
Yeah,
I used to go there a lot. The Glee was always a fun club, but Mr. Rager's gone. That may be the problem.